Hey, everybody, Off the Mic Sports Network here. Another edition of Off the Top Rope. One thing I didn't really get a chance to highlight heavily um, is Rusev is back in WWE. It is Rusev Day again. Some people are not thrilled with that he's debuting as a heel, but he looked great. People will be like, what the fuck was he doing with Alpha Academy and the New Day? Guys, Rusev just needed to murder some fucking fools. Like, I love Tozawa. I love Otis. Be real. They're comedy characters. They can be expendable at the case of, building a monster. And this was a long time coming. Rusev was always coming back. They said on commentary, it's been 5 years. It's insane to think about that. It's been 5 years. It feels like it was just yesterday that Rusev Day was over as fuck. And then they had the whole cuckold thing on the way out with him and Lana. That was just a weird thing. Bobby Lashley was kissing Lana. It was a weird storyline. Liv Morgan got roped into this. Like, if you guys remember that was some of the worst. That was some of the worst television, but it's almost like you couldn't take your eyes off of it. It was so bad that you couldn't stop watching it. It's like one of those horrible reality shows that you can't help but watch. So it's wild to think that was 5-6 years ago. And Rusev's back. He's serious. AEW had something with him, with the Redeemer. And then after he lost the TNT championship, they just didn't do anything with him. So another case, I don't know, like Exhibit 1,000, I don't have a number. Exhibit 1,000,000 of Tony Fumbled. How do you not have something in, and yes, I understand that, Rusev sometimes likes to be in control of his booking, but he's a monster. He's a monster heel. What are you having him lose a bunch of matches? Like, it's just like, I get why. And, he had an acting career that he wanted to do. But listen, like, the thing about Rusev is and the thing that I hope for him in this run in WWE is that they treat him like a monster heel if they're going to go that way. Or, hey, if you want to go back to Rusev Day, go back to Rusev Day. I mean, I know Aiden English is in TNA right now as Matthew Rainwald. But hell, I mean, that would be fun. They do have a TNA partnership. Why the fuck not? Why the fuck not? So, it was great to see him. Always been a favorite of mine. The guy can work. He's a big man who can do a lot of things that normal big man can't do. He's very athletic. And it's just like I said, it's amazing. Like here's all you need to know about how Tony Khan has managed his roster in the last handful of years. Here's all you need to know. Rusev was one of the first real defectors, like major defectors, not named Chris Jericho and Jon Moxley. He was one of the first main WWE to AEW guys. I mean, Matt Hardy was in there at some point too. But Rusev, if you guys remember, showed up. He was the best man for Kip Sabian when he was with Penelope Ford. And it was a weird thing. It was great to see him. And that was an odd gimmick. Then the Redeemer thing, they hit gold with that. And it was really intriguing. He loses to Sammy Guevara. And then we really don't hear from him. He has the whole weird feud with Andrade. He had the weird match with Hobbs where everybody was chanting meat. And, the AEW crowds are always interesting for their reactions to this. And they just didn't do anything with him. So, it's wild to me that like a guy who was one of the original guys 5 years ago that you brought over as like a talent. And then look at the recycle bin of just guys who have passed through, left WWE, went to AEW and have now come back. Andrade is on that list. Like that's a perfect example. So, and these are going to continue to happen, everybody. Like this is going to continue to happen. Like you're going to see guys going through that door to AEW, getting their paycheck and coming back. Because I will tell you this, all you Mercedes stands out there, it is more likely that Mercedes Moné is going to go back to WWE before she returns to she stays in AEW or Bayley goes there. So it's just the one thing that jumps out to me, and like I said, this is going to be a pattern of behavior. Like we've seen AEW OGs or AEW people that started there, like a Ricky Starks or a Jade Cargill or Ethan Page who's bounced around, and Ethan Page goes there. Like you've seen numerous amounts. Stephanie Vaquer got a little bit of a run in AEW, even though she wasn't really contracted there. Like to see Rusev a guy who, like I said, was one of the original, like, defectors to go from Vince McMahon's WWE to AEW. You thought that was going to be a passing door, or like you didn't think it was going to be a revolving door. And here he is 5 years later. He's back in WWE. What does that tell you? This guy, Tony, gets bored quickly, and he just throws money at the next, hot commodity. Look at what happened now. Look at who he has, the flavor of the month he has now. He's got Lashley and the Hurt Syndicate. That was Rusev 5 years ago. That's exactly what it was. So I'm happy for Rusev to be back in WWE. I don't know what it's going to look like, but I damn sure can tell you he's going to be better treated than he was near the tail end of his run in AEW. So that's really my take on that. We'll have a lot more content coming up here, but a great Raw after Mania. Great weekend. Thank you all for supporting the channel. I appreciate it. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.